Hello everyone, happy Monday the 2nd of December 2024. Hope you are all okay and keeping well. Owen Jennings here, your empowerment coach and spiritual guide, coming in with your energy forecast for the week ahead, channeling those energies for you, tuning in, seeing what might be going on in the skies, in the cosmos, to help you navigate the week ahead, basically. So this is from today, the 2nd of December, till Sunday, the 8th of December. So really, we're still in the energy of the new moon, which peaked yesterday. New moon in Sagittarius, all about new starts. This one in particular is asking us to leave the past where it is for once and for all. And if you imagine Sagittarius as the sign, it's that half man, half horse, isn't it? And he's got like a bow and arrow, and he's shooting his arrow maybe into the stars. And that's what I want you to imagine that you can do, is to really think about what it is you want to create in your life going forward, what your wishes are, and just imagine sort of wrapping them around that bow and really shooting them out into the universe. It really is feeling like Sagittarius wants us to expand, wants us to really tune in to what our soul is asking us to do. But of course, we have to remember that Mercury, the planet of communication, is still retrograde and will be till the 15th of December. So you can take action in that time, and you don't even need to worry. Don't overthink the fact that Mercury is retrograde. Just know that things might be slower, things might take longer, and that's okay, because you can be using this time to really sow the seeds and of what it is you're wanting to create going forward. So it's inviting us to go more slowly perhaps than we would with our intentions in at other times, but that's okay. It's the winter, why not go slowly? There's a lot of healing going on as well, and there's this feeling, my guides were telling me before, that there's this feeling of being able to listen and hear our wisdom, hear our insight. So when we slow down, and when we're just with ourselves more, and we're not listening to too much chatter, then there's an opportunity, isn't there, to listen to your inner voice and your inner wisdom. And that's what this week is about. Mercury is retrograde, but it's doing something else this week, and I don't know the terminology, but it's going to help us with that, with reaching for our inner wisdom and insights. But it's definitely a healing, energetically healing week this week. That's what it feels like. So let's just bring in my guides and see what else they've got to say about it. And then I'll be back. Hello everyone, it's a pleasure to be here. Yes, so although it is actually quite a big week in terms of the planets, we don't need to go into too much detail, but you're still under the influence of the new moon in Sagittarius. So it is about almost starting again, but starting again with the knowledge that you have from all the rest of the year that's just gone by. Right, you have learned so much, and we know it's been a tough year for many of you. You have learned so much, you have so much wisdom already. And, we want you to review this year and be grateful for the lessons, to realize what it is you've been doing, which is healing on a very deep cellular level and upgrading on a deep cellular level. And you are definitely leaving past versions, because there's always more than one of you behind. And that takes courage, and that takes time. Okay, so it's good that you're coming into this slower sort of period of time where you can now think, well, where am I going to take this newer version of myself, which combines everything that I've ever learned with me, right? Where can I take my wise soul next? And that takes just a bit more going inwards, a bit more intuitive digging, if you like, but peacefully. There's no need to force any of this. You know, yes, Sagittarius wants you to go big and bold and expand and go out of your comfort zone and do things you've never done before. And it wants you to have fun. But because Mercury's retrograde, it will feel like a slower approach is needed. And again, that is fine, because what we want you to do and what the universe wants you to do is each time you have an idea or a thought about what it is you might want to do next, if you're in this sort of creative process, we would like you to pause and really tune in. Is that what your heart and soul wants, or is it just your ego playing games with you? Because sometimes you can create, or you can have loads of ideas and it's too many. All right, so one thing at a time. And when it's too many, you get distracted and perhaps never do anything. Okay. And it's all right not to do anything, by the way. It's all right just to, be you and do the best you can do right now. It's been a hard year energetically, no doubt about it. And not just energetically, the world has become more disruptive, and that we know there's lots going on in your world that is not kind. So we're asking you to still hold the light as you're going into the winter, as you're going into the festive season as well, really hold that light and shine out the love from your heart to each and every one. Really that's what it's all about. But start with yourself, because we know many of you do not treat yourself as you ought to, and it's important that you do. All right, really, you are quite brilliant. And we're feeling this is going to be a healing week for many of you. It feels like the time just to get on with things, in a way, as in not letting the past hold you back anymore, leaving it in the past. There is no point going back there. All right, you are not that person anymore. And we're also seeing a lot of you getting some huge insights this week as you take a quieter, more intuitive, reflective pace. And we want you to really start looking after yourself, as we've just said. And then when you do that and you turn off the noise of the outside world as much as possible, you will get that wisdom that you're searching for. All right? So a nice week ahead, we feel. But it doesn't mean you won't get major revelations. It doesn't mean you won't make major steps forward, but you'll do so in total alignment with your soul if you take this slower, more tuned in, intuitive approach. All right, and that's what the planets are supporting this week. Okay, so I hope that made sense. I also, before I came on, drew a couple of cards from my deck, the Empowered Woman Rises deck, which is available to purchase if you want it. And the cards that came up for this week are Acceptance. That was the first card. So that, what does that mean for you? For me, this is about accepting who you are right now. That yes, sometimes we wish we could have changed things that have happened in the past, but we are where we are for a reason, and those things have often happened to us for a reason. So what does acceptance mean to you? I feel this is about accepting you for all you are, even the parts of you that you'd rather not acknowledge, but also accepting where you are right now, because we can make it wrong, can't we? We can make it wrong as to where we are right now, and there's no need to do that, because you're absolutely where you should be. And then the other card is no more people pleasing. And I know that will resonate with a lot of you. You know, a lot of us go around pleasing everybody else first, and that's often because we want a quiet life, we want to make people happy, we want to help people. And whilst that's all very noble, it does mean that we put ourselves last and we don't look after our own needs. And this is the sort of energy now that I'm really feeling my guides, you know, are saying we need to move away from. It's not like we need to go around annoying everybody, but it's like we need to start with us first, because otherwise we don't have the capacity to help anybody else. All right, so I wish you a lovely, inwardly insightful week, and I will be back again next week. Bye for now.